Part 2 of the RHOA reunion just went completely off the rails. K. Michelle nearly fought Shamea, Porsha pulled out an actual lie detector test, and it all ends with Porsha declaring she and Kelli are headed straight to hell. Meanwhile, Brittany and Zach are firing back at Jax over that leaked email, and Dorit just scored a legal win over PK. We've got 17 stories today, so let's not waste a second. Hey everyone, this is Phaedra. Welcome to the Phaedra Show. Let's get into it. First up, Part 2 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion aired, and it delivered on every level. When we last left off, K. Michelle had owned up to some of her conspiratorial behavior this season. Well, Part 2 picked right back up and dug even deeper into the off-camera drama between her and Shamea Morton. According to K. Michelle, not only was Shamea whispering that no one wanted them to be friends, but Shamea's mother, referred to as Mama Morton, allegedly called Porsha a Jezebel. Shamea insisted that comment never happened. K. Michelle was adamant that it did, and honestly, we may never know the full truth. What we do know is that in the days leading up to the reunion, the two went out to dinner and got into another huge fight, with Shamea saying things got so tense that K almost got physical with her again. K. Michelle didn't fully own up to that part, so the jury's still out. Elsewhere in the episode, we finally got context on Angela Oakley and Shamea's ongoing feud. It traces all the way back to season 16, when Shamea blamed Angela for meddling in her friendship with Porsha, while Angela felt Shamea had been making digs about her husband Charles's alleged infidelity. That spiraled so far out of control that Shamea actually had to send legal papers to quiet things down. At the reunion, Shamea offered another apology to Angela for bringing Charles into it, and Angela gave a string of words meant to resemble an apology while still doubling down that her source on Shamea's sex life was reliable. We also learned about a previously unaired feud between newbie Pinky Cole and Phaedra Parks, which apparently involved higher-ups getting looped in over something Pinky said that Phaedra interpreted as a safety concern, involving what Pinky vaguely called a significant device. Andy Cohen insisted it wasn't that deep, and the two agreed to move past it. But the biggest moment of the episode was Porsha revealing she took her own lie detector test, following newbie Pinky's earlier Maury-style test, specifically to prove she had first-hand knowledge of Kelli Potter's alleged affair with a married pastor. She got her results live via FaceTime, and unsurprisingly, they went in her favor. But even with proof in hand, nobody named any names, and Kelli showed up ready to argue every single detail. By the end of the episode, Andy asked Porsha where things go from here between her and Kelli, and Porsha's answer was blunt: straight to hell. The season 17 reunion concludes next Sunday. Next up, and this connects directly to that RHOA drama, Shamea Morton has now officially confirmed that K. Michelle was the castmate she'd been hinting at had tried to fight her earlier this month. At the reunion, Shamea described the moment, saying, "K. Michelle hopped up on me, and she was absolutely in my face and was punching her fists and was like, 'I'll beat your ass.'" This resolves weeks of speculation, since a lot of fans had assumed it might have been Porsha Williams, especially after a resurfaced report claimed Shamea and Porsha nearly came to blows during a cast trip to Scotland. Shamea clarified for the record that she doesn't actually like to physically fight. Joking, "I like to turn up to Nuck If You Buck by crying my eyes out, but I do not like to actually Nuck If You Buck. I'll call the cops. I'll call security on you." The tension between her and K. Michelle stems from an earlier claim K. Michelle made that Shamea told her on multiple occasions that Shamea's friends didn't want her hanging around, something Shamea has denied more than once. Moving on, Kelli Potter is not backing down from Porsha Williams. After Porsha publicly labeled Kelli the town clown of the cast during a recent interview, while also saying she hopes Kelli evolves past that role and can rise like a phoenix, Kelli clapped back hard on social media, saying she'd rather be the town clown than the town whore. She then leaned all the way into it by announcing a Porsha discount code for her key-shirt line. This isn't the first time these two have clashed publicly. As we've covered before, they got into it hard during a group trip to Dallas, trading accusations about affairs with married men, with Porsha alleging Kelli had a relationship connected to someone from the BET Awards, and Kelli firing back with claims tied to her own past relationships. Next up, Brittany and Zach Wickham are firing back at Jax over that leaked email accusing Brittany of neglecting their son Cruz. Brittany addressed the allegations head-on, writing, "I've had Cruz in special therapy since he was 2 years old. I hired a therapeutic companion to go to preschool with him. I got his IEP plan all on my own. I made Cruz an advocate for families on the spectrum. I made my son an entire sensory room so he can regulate like he does in occupational therapy." Zach also entered the fray directly on Threads, writing, "I know I don't have to state this, but everything he has stated is a lie. He lives in a delusional land with delusional facts. He so badly wants attention and victimhood. I shouldn't respond because me doing so gives him what he craves, but I will never stand idly by when blatant lies are being stated as facts. It must be a really sad existence for someone to feel the best tactic for attention is to malign the hard-working, loving mother of his child. But alas, here we are." All of this comes as Jax was also spotted out and about with new girlfriend Lori Krebs, seemingly declining to answer any questions from photographers. Next up, and this one deals with a genuinely sensitive topic, so I want to be careful. Tate Paul, ex-husband of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star Taylor Frankie Paul, is firing back at Taylor's mother, Leanne May, who left a lengthy comment accusing Tate of allowing Taylor to become a victim of a sex crime by agreeing to be swingers, writing in part, "What did you expect to happen when you all decided to swing with each other? All of you cheated. You were all to blame." Tate denied that framing entirely, insisting the push for an open relationship was one-sided and not his idea, going as far as saying he pretended to be sick the first time Taylor asked to do it. He recalled a painful memory from when he first learned about her affair, saying, "The night I learned about the affair, I was in the kitchen sobbing while Taylor sat on the stairs stoically staring at me. I was expressing my feelings of anger and betrayal. He looked at me while I was crying and grinned and said, 'Do you want me to tell you more?' He went on to say Leanne should stay out of matters she wasn't personally involved in, adding, 'Maybe plow your energy and time towards the health of your family and marriage rather than spreading misinformation online to protect your daughter's image at the expense of others.'" For background, Taylor has previously confirmed her affair was with Braden Rowley, then husband of fellow mom talker McKenna Gibbons, and that scandal contributed to the end of both marriages. Next up, some good news for Dorit Kemsley and her ongoing divorce battle. Her estranged husband Paul Kemsley lost an emergency motion to force the listing of their $6 million Encino mansion, where Dorit currently lives with her 2 kids. Attorney Ronald Richards explained on X, "Paul rushed to court today to force Dorit to sign a listing agreement to sell the house. The judge wouldn't even take any argument as they already have a hearing on the 26th. The auction sale is set for the 18th of August. Paul had no chance of winning this motion. He wasted $25,000 in legal fees." Richards did note this is only a partial win, saying Dorit won a Pyrrhic victory because the auction date remains, and pointedly questioned why PK is pushing so hard to force a sale of a house Dorit doesn't want to give up, writing, "Let the house go. Dorit does not deserve to keep it. Enough is enough." A follow-up hearing on the matter is scheduled for August 26, so this saga is far from resolved. Next up, some RHOBH casting news as filming begins on season 16. According to a new report from Bravo and Cocktails, Kathy Hilton and Natalie Swanston Fuller, who both appeared as friends last season, are not expected to return in that capacity. That said, Kathy might still pop up on the show, just in more of a guest role rather than a full friend. The report also claims Jennifer Tilly could be upgraded from friend status to a full-time diamond holder, and that Tracy Tudor, $1 million listing star, is not the mystery newcomer many fans had speculated about. Crystal Kung Minkoff remains in talks and could return if needed. The cast is also reportedly headed on a major trip to Africa, where production has already been setting up. All this comes as Amanda Francis confirmed her own exit from the show earlier this month. Moving on. Kristen Doute is setting the record straight on a couple of viral claims. A fan on Threads alleged Kristen promised Luke Broderick that they would move back to Colorado after a few years in Los Angeles. He took her word for it. She trusted that he would fall in love with LA in that time. We are seeing the fallout in real time. Kristen firmly denied that, replying, "We were never moving to Colorado, and Luke is from Indiana, by the way." She also shut down a separate accusation that she's become politically MAGA aligned, with one fan asking her to confirm reports she donated to a third Trump term. Kristen didn't hold back, calling it fucking rage bite bullshit. This all comes amid the broader backlash Luke has been facing for his behavior during Kristen's postpartum period, which we covered in a previous video. Next up, some serious news for Dr. Terry Dubrow. His plastic surgery practice confirmed it was hit by a cyber attack that exposed sensitive patient information, including social security numbers, driver's license numbers, addresses, birth dates, prescription and treatment records, and in some cases, actual procedure images and x-rays. According to a notice filed with the California Attorney General, the breach actually began back in January 2025, though the practice only confirmed the theft and began notifying affected patients last month. Terry told TMZ that cybercriminals have become so sophisticated with AI and other tools that literally no business, big or small, is safe. He said there's no evidence any of the stolen data has been misused or shared so far, and confirmed he's providing affected patients with a $1 million cyber protection insurance policy, along with free ongoing identity monitoring. The breach has been reported to the FBI. Next up, Emily Simpson is giving an update on her weight loss journey. Speaking to Us Weekly, Emily confirms she's lost around 50 pounds and continues to use a GLP-1 medication, though not nearly as frequently as when she started. She uses it now to just kind of like maintain, describing an approach she calls microdosing, going several weeks without it before using it again if she feels she's starting to regain weight. She was previously on a strict weekly schedule for about 12 weeks when she began the process. Emily has been consistently open about combining the medication with a rigorous gym routine, going 7 days a week, and she's continued to credit that consistency alongside genuine lifestyle changes for her transformation heading into RHOBH Season 20. Next over to Summer House, Lindsay Hubbard is once again fueling speculation about her relationship with ex-fiancé Carl Radke. She posted a photo of the two of them in bed together with a caption, "Kind of chic to get a hotel room for 3 hours and go back to LAX for a 6 a.m. flight." The two called off their engagement back in 2023, but reconciled their friendship earlier this year, with Lindsay previously telling Andy Cohen it's a slow, baby steps process, and that she considers where they are now a genuinely friendly place. At a recent FYC panel, Lindsay also shared a fun bit of Summer House trivia, revealing the show once hid a secret camera in a cereal box back in Season 3 after Carl allegedly tried to make out with a former castmate, Paige, in the pantry. Next up, some fresh Summer House romance rumors. KJ Dillard and Remi Bader were spotted leaving a Hamptons restaurant together in an Uber, with a source telling Dumois they were all over each other inside the venue. This comes after KJ split with castmate Dara Levitin following Season 10, and just weeks back he posted a heartbreak-themed poem on Instagram titled "Heartbreaks and Setbacks." Filming is currently underway on Summer House Season 11, and KJ was reportedly seen filming at the same venue that night alongside castmates Kyle Cook and Jesse Solomon. Next, some exciting news out of the ballroom. Dancing with the Stars pro Witney Carson announced she's pregnant with her 3rd child and will still compete this season, making her the first professional dancer in the show's history to enter a season already pregnant. She'll be partnered with Guillermo Rodriguez, Jimmy Kimmel's longtime sidekick. Speaking on Good Morning America, Witney said, "My plan is to, as long as the baby is healthy and as long as I'm doing well, then we will compete again on this season on Dancing with the Stars," which is very exciting because I love being a mom more than anything, and I also love to dance. She'll enter the season in her 2nd trimester and plans to closely monitor her health throughout filming alongside the show's team. Next up, some exciting news on Broadway. Ariana Madix is heading back to Broadway. She's set to star as Connie Francis in the hit musical Just in Time at the Circle in the Square Theater, beginning a limited engagement on September 12th through November 22nd. Ariana said, "It's a pinch-me moment to be able to come home to the Broadway stage and all I could have ever hoped for. I am beyond excited to work with the legends behind Just in Time and to entertain audiences at one of my favorite theaters in the city." This marked her return to Broadway after previously playing Roxy Hart in Chicago for 2 separate limited engagements back in 2024. Next, some sweet mother-daughter reflection. Bethenny Frankel is opening up about how her summer with 16-year-old daughter Bryn Hoppy has looked different this year. Speaking to Us Weekly, Bethenny explained that Bryn has been genuinely busy, spending time in Greece, attending a short business program at Sotheby's in New York, and working a retail job in fashion completely separate from Bethenny's own companies. "We're trying to steal our moments, but it hasn't been the same," while noting they still managed a quick paddleboarding session and a mother-daughter brunch in Sag Harbor. Next, some international housewives drama. Juliet Angus is accusing her Real Housewives of London co-star Amanda Cronin of digitally faking her appearance at the British Fashion Awards. In the newly released Season 2 trailer, Julia is shown confronting Amanda, saying, "And then you superimpose yourself on the red carpet," seemingly suggesting Amanda edited herself into red carpet photos she didn't actually attend in person. The trailer didn't provide full context on what exactly happened, but it's clear tensions between Juliet and Amanda, which have been simmering since their explosive Season 1 falling out, are only escalating heading into RHOLDN's US debut, with Season 2 kicking off September 7th. And for our final story today, Love Island USA's Nick Van Stenecki is staying tight-lipped about his relationship status with ex-girlfriend Alondrea Carthen after the two reunited at Jordan Woods and Carl Anthony Cown's wedding. When asked directly whether they'd gotten back together, Nick teased, "I would love to tell you guys, but I'm gonna keep that private for now. We did enjoy ourselves tremendously at Carl and Jordan's wedding last night. It was amazing." The two, known to fans as Nick and Alondrea, finished as runners-up during Love Island USA Season 7 and dated for over a year before confirming their breakup just 3 weeks ago. Nick did offer that exes can absolutely remain friends when a split ends on a good term, so whether this is a full reconciliation or just a friendly reunion remains genuinely unclear for now. Okay, that's everything for today. Honestly, that RHOA reunion is going to be the talk of Bravo Twitter for days, and I'm really curious to see how the Jax and Britney situation escalates from here. That's everything for today's episode. Drop a comment letting me know which stories stood out to you most, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss tomorrow's update. See you in the next one.